Ken Trahan with Lenny Vangilder. It's our First NBC Bank weekend preview brought to you by First NBC Bank with 39 locations throughout the metropolitan New Orleans area and beyond. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. Week 9 of the high school football season hits, and big games involving power points for the playoffs. Perhaps none bigger than McDonough 35 and A-Meet at A-Meet in what should be a terrific matchup between two schools that figure to go very deep into the playoffs in classes 4A and 3A respectively.
That, and if you're into the world of recruiting, there may not be another game on the card this weekend that features as many high-profile, high-end recruits that you will see in this game Friday night at A-Meet. There's an extraordinary amount of talent on these two teams, guys who could be playing at the college level and maybe beyond a few years from now. There's that kind of talent that we will see on the field. McDonough 35 plays A-Meet Friday at 7. You can watch it live right here at SportsNOLA.com.
Yeah, great stuff. Special indeed. You'll want to be there, do that, watch that. Thursday night, De La Salle Psi Academy, WGSO 990 AM, and Saturday night at 7 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM. It's a big matchup with John Curtis and Archbishop Rummel, and you'll want to listen to that one for sure. Of course, the original Friday night, 6:05, it's Brother Martin night coming up on the original. And, of course, coverage of games throughout the state, reports, analysis, winning coaches, and the best scoreboard in Louisiana at SportsNOLA.com, all tied into the 22nd year of the original. Check it out Friday night, beginning with coverage at 6:05. Moving on to college football, Tulane has homecoming against SMU. Before the season started, you circled this one and said, oh, yeah, that's a very winnable game for Tulane. And then SMU goes out and drills Houston a week ago.
Yeah, it's what's interesting to me is what's happened to Houston here in the last 3 weeks. They lose to Navy, and they very nearly lost to Tulsa, and then they turn around and lose at SMU. So, the Houston aspect, I don't understand. Obviously, SMU is going to be coming in on a high after that victory, which was their first win in the league this year. Tulane's still looking for their first win in conference play, and this is an opportune time to get it. You'll have the alumni back, and this is a game that if Tulane harbors aspirations of trying to get to 6-6 and maybe get to a bowl game, this qualifies as a must-win, I think.
Yeah, and a theory on Houston, I think all the talk and the buzz about Tom Herman has affected that football team. I really do. So Tulane will have to raise their level if they want to win this game. We shall see what they're able to do coming off of their worst performance of the season. LSU has the weekend off in preparation for the big one with Alabama. The following weekend, Ed Ogeron spoke at the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club and didn't duck it, talked about it. And he was dynamic. He's not afraid to say what he thinks. And I think that's one of the things people love about him.
He's refreshing. There's no question about it. He's not going to give you a bunch of coach speak up there. He is definitely refreshing. Played to the crowd, 15 minutes. They loved him. You can watch the entire video, of course, here at SportsNOLA.com and check it out. It was a packed house in there to see Coach O and Dell Demps, and it was a very entertaining Tuesday indeed.
Very much so. And, of course, the New Orleans Saints taking on the Seattle Seahawks Sunday at noon at Saints Hall of Fame weekend, and a lot of alumni in town and big events. Of course, the Saints Hall of Fame induction luncheon Friday, inducting Will Smith posthumously and honoring Hokie Gajan posthumously. Well, that's tough just to say that. I mean, it's really difficult. Hard to believe that turned out to be the case, but very emotional and two very deserving people.
No question about it, and there should be, emotions from all ends in terms of this induction weekend. I can imagine at the podium, in the crowd. It promises to be an induction weekend. Of course, you've been there for all of them, like none other that we've seen.
Yeah, and watch the video. We'll have video of it at SportsNOLA.com and SaintsHallOfFame.com, which takes you right to SportsNOLA.com. So be able to check that out and enjoy it. And, of course, the gala Saturday evening attended by 45 to 50 alumni from around the country, including a lot of big names, 28 restaurants catering. If you're interested in tickets for that event, you can still purchase them. Here's a phone number, 471-2192. That's 471-2192. Or go to SaintsHallOfFame.com to find out more. If you'd like to attend, I think you would probably enjoy it. As for the game, the Seahawks, they kissed their sister last week. So it's one of those deals. Jimmy Graham's coming back. C.J. Spiller as well to a lesser degree. Graham will be suitably motivated. You know he wants to have a big game. You know the Saints don't want him to. And you know the Seahawks have a great defense. Something's got to give here.
Something does have to give. That Saints offense against the Seahawks defense, it's going to be an interesting matchup. Seahawks have won the last 3 games in this series, counting the playoffs, but they've all been in Seattle. So little did we know when the last time the Seahawks came in here in 2010 that they would end up backdooring their way into the playoffs that year at 7-9, and really that started what has been a run of some extraordinary success up in the Pacific Northwest over the last 6 seasons.
The New Orleans Pelicans open their season Wednesday night against Denver. They've got the Warriors Friday night, and of course the expected NBA champions didn't get off to expectations as they got drilled by San Antonio in their season opener, so they'll be loaded for bear against the Pelicans.
Yeah, you would think so. It's a tough weekend. You back-to-back. You got Golden State at home in a late start on Friday night, and then San Antonio at San Antonio on Saturday. That is a hard start. We talked about, look, it's important Pelicans don't get into an early tailspin much like they did a year ago. With that kind of weekend back-to-back, it's going to be hard. You hope for a split, okay? But that's going to be very hard to get with those two teams.
And, of course, the World Series continuing. Go Tribe. Enough said.
Exactly. It'll be on to Chicago for the weekend. Let's see how it shakes out. That promises to be, though, I would say, obviously, Cleveland, while they haven't won, they've at least hosted the World Series in the last 20 years or so. I think what you're going to see Friday through Sunday in Chicago is it's going to be as tough a ticket and as good an atmosphere as you've seen on the baseball front in a long time, I would imagine.
Yeah, great stuff. And with all due respect, 2 great managers. Terry Francona is as good as it gets. Joe Madden is great as well. So I give credit where credit's due. Go Tribe. Go Cardinals. All good.
There you go.
Yeah, go Astros.
Go Astros. Yeah, well, I'll be watching. Yeah, but one other program reminder for you: Saturday night, 6:00 live WHNO. We've got college football from Natchitoches, Nichols, and Northwestern State. They play for the NSU trophy. They both got the same acronym, if you will. Of course, Nichols has stopped using the state when they refer to athletics, but they still do have the same school acronym, if you will. And it should be entertaining. Nichols has played 3 of their last 5 games, have gone to overtime. So could this be another nail biter? We'll find out. Tune in Saturday night, 6:00. Look, Tulane's in the afternoon, LSU's off. That's your place to catch local college football right here on WHNO TV 20.
In the City of Lights, under the lights. Enjoy it. Lenny, as always, thanks. Have a great weekend.
See you Monday.
That's our First NBC Bank weekend preview, brought to you by First NBC Bank with 39 locations throughout southeast Louisiana and into the Florida Panhandle. That's First NBC Bank, proud sponsor of SportsNOLA.com. For Lenny, I'm Kenny. Have a great weekend, and God bless you.